Yep. Yep. Nice sweeping.
Great shot. Great shot. I had plans on stopping.
All right, welcome. We are back. We are live. The game has just started. We had a question about if there's audio issues. We have none today. We're very fortunate.
Nice job.
We've got both
Yeah,
teams
either
mic'd
way,
up.
just got to get to the tee line. So,
Okay,
sorry, you got to get to the center line.
what'd you get on that one?
I had 15.
Okay. She goes half, right? Or 3/4?
I'd say it's this side.
Been watching the sheet for a number of days now.
Pretty close.
14-5 tends to be the
line
draw
now,
weight.
right
Okay.
now.
I think we can wait.
Okay, it'll be close.
Top
Line's
four.
close.
Top 4 tee.
Yep.
Line only.
Yep. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard. Hard. Get it there. Hard, hard, hard. You got it. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, hard, hard.
Good throw.
Oh, great sweep.
Great sweep, great throw. Bringing that one
Yeah,
right
good
in on
spot.
top. Starting to build up a line here in the middle. Two powerhouse teams we have here playing. Of course, many of the teams here you could say are powerhouses. We got Walker Muyres throwing yellow, and of course Martin Griffith throwing the blue.
Sweet only right now.
Not heavy. Tight guard.
Okay, go ahead then.
Tight guard.
Keep it moving. Little finish if you can.
Halfway.
Okay. Maybe just leave it. Actually, hooking them's not bad, I guess.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Sit down, baby.
Good.
All right, coming for the
Hey,
light.
we'll
There's
just try to
Kurt
get to
Muyres.
nose here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyrell come around. Just a
Just
little
T-line.
tap. While Tyrell throws this, we'll let you know that on sheet number 2, we've got Marker playing Rock Calvert. Sheet 4 beside us, we've got Cotter playing Liscum. So sheet 1's empty, but a lot of games still happening here. Same thing in Camel. We've got 3 more games.
Line's good. Room.
Right, back
Where?
4. Back 4.
Okay, yep, go past it then.
Just
Straight.
back 4.
Okay, whoa, curl. Sit,
Pretty good.
sit. Good shot.
Pretty good.
Well, great
Yeah,
start to
really
this game. Some great shot making.
Yeah, I think so, eh?
Kind of weight you can see in.
Just like back line.
Like this.
Yeah, I like that.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa.
Um,
Close, yeah.
back line.
Yeah. Hard.
Back line.
Clean. Clean. Close.
Back line.
Yeah.
Just tap it through.
Go.
Maybe
Yeah.
tap it through.
Whoa.
Sit. Hard, Laura. Oh, great call.
Really good throw, really good call.
Try to get here? Or do you want to?
I'll see how much they can see of that 4 rock.
What are you thinking you'd do with the 4?
I kind of like your call right here. Is really good.
If we can get here, it's great.
Yeah, just tuck a
If we
little
end
piece.
up here, it's not the end of the world, but
Yeah.
same weight, really.
A hair less. I think we need to. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a hair more.
I think
Over
you even
here.
go a little more. Because we want it to get to the corner of the button, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the things we talked about mixed doubles, the players do
Could
so
double
much good
field too if you
communicating
want.
with only 2 of them. They tell you everything you need to
Either-
know.
Whatever call you like.
Tyrell Griffith throwing a rock down, trying to freeze it on the back yellow one. They're okay if it's a little short on the top one. Let's see what
Wait
he
to be
does.
close.
Okay. Stay
T-line.
with it then.
Top 4. T-line, top 4.
Right now. No
T-line,
line.
T-line.
No line. No line.
T-line,
Curl.
top 4.
Okay. Curl.
Slide die.
If you're top 4, you can curl.
Gotta wait.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
leave
I'm
it.
there.
Otherwise, leave it. Whoa. No.
Sit.
That's
Pretty good.
good.
Not bad.
An inch
Kind of
more.
side by
Yeah.
side.
Or an inch
Or
less.
do you want to just freeze here?
like that.
I think
Mine's
Kurt
good.
Meyers being asked
Like
to
to wait a
freeze
bit
down
close.
on top
Wait's
of
close.
these rocks.
Close for line. Line's good. Room.
Okay,
Close.
back 4.
Yep. Whoa.
Maybe back 8.
Whoa, stay really close. Small,
Maybe back 8.
Small taps, okay. Close.
Yeah. Back 8.
No. Really trying.
Just get to the face, just a little bit.
Nice.
Oh, a little rub off
Laura.
that yellow pushed it back, so
Sorry,
they're right
Nancy.
on top of it where they wanted to be.
I thought it was just a little aggressive.
Got 2 now.
Close.
Catches on the 4. There's no hole. Yeah.
I don't mind this. Trying for this. If we catch this, it's okay because then at least I have a way to get to this one. I like this.
Okay.
I
That
think-
2 rock's probably not going anywhere now, hey? The yellow one?
No, I know. But
It's just gonna-
it's not for this shot. It's
It's-
to give me a chance to get at it after.
They could sit 3 buried.
Right, how?
This 7's probably staying there, but these 2 are gonna be gone. This 2's gonna sit right there. Like the back,
Yeah,
those
like
2 are
I
gone.
think playing into here to give me this after. Because this will move this too, right? Maybe not. What else do you see?
Yeah, we hit this into the pocket here. This is no good. Then they sit 2 buried.
What else do you see?
Just wondering if this is the shot,
To do what?
just to set up a shot for you on the next. You'd have 2
Okay.
sides now with it. Just get
Okay.
rid of this 4. So then this 2 can go
So this
through.
kind of weight?
Yeah. The 6 just kind of rolls to here. I'm thinking like hack weight, just a hair to the inside. It's almost nose, like it's 2 inches low of nose. Yeah. Just a hair less. I'll be like good hack.
Okay.
Yeah, just an inch or 2 low of nose is pretty good.
Okay. Close. Room's good. Room. Room, curl. We're chipping them in right now. Straight. Oh, okay.
That's no good.
Okay.
That's maybe not that bad.
Okay.
Are we second shot?
Yep. Discard this.
Think so.
Although I don't know what she has here.
Yeah, there's okay. So they got.
I don't think she can see enough, doesn't it? Just stay there.
I agree. I don't think there's much there.
I'd hate to give her something though. We'd probably still discard it,
I
hey?
think she's gonna throw it hard. It doesn't take much to spin that off for
Okay,
2.
let's discard it.
So where did you give me, Laura?
I do just inside middle.
So I think, like I think just
Yeah.
if we don't curl enough, I'll take the blame. You know what I mean?
The weight's kind of irrelevant. It just has to be over the hog
I think
line.
so. Yeah. So what are you thinking here? So taking, I don't know, little
edge
inside
12,
edge 12 gives you something nice to aim at. Then wise, a little less in your draw. This draw.
Yeah, I think so.
Live with that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
I think
go.
if you need to be right off of it, it's gonna die for you.
I agree.
That's in there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right, last shot here for the Walker Meyers group. Of course, Nancy Martin will have one more to come after this, so let's see what Laura can do.
Like the weight. Feels a little heavy right now, but close.
Line's good.
I think weight's close. Halfway.
Line's good.
Halfway to tight.
Needs to finish a little.
Halfway to tight.
Needs to finish a bit. Needs to finish still, Kirk. Go ahead, yep. Keep going, you got it. Keep going. Hard. Good.
Great shot.
Great shot there, blocking off the side. Let's
Get
see
this
what,
onto kind of as much as this as you can. And then this should come off.
I just don't know if the 6 is going off, but
All you need to do is just get it to spin to here. If it spins to there, it's 3. It's just a hair high.
Okay.
All right, you heard what they said. If
Probably
they
like
can
an
hit
inch
this-
high nose.
Hit this correct, they should be able to spin it out, and they'll sit 3. So, what looks really good
Based
for
on what
Walker
I saw from
Myers.
yours, it's not going to curl.
You're better to
Also
hit
looks
it,
possibly good.
and miss it to the right rather than running it in.
Martin Griffiths.
So
What do you mean, like miss it?
you're better to miss it on the low side than the high side. Just like dead nose, an inch high.
Okay.
Just take where you
I
want
just
to
don't
hit
think
it.
I should anticipate any curl.
I don't think so. Looking at my hack waiter,
Okay.
I'd say maybe an inch of curl. So,
I'm going to
That's
throw
what
it
we
at the
want.
nose. You can back it to an inch and then.
okay.
Yeah, I think, okay.
Yep.
Close. Whoa, no, no, no. No, 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 no. It's high side. No. No.
Is that 2?
Yeah, 2 yellow.
All right, that one went a little bit high, didn't come in,
Yep,
got
you're
it
good.
set out a
Yep.
little bit, so luckily no more harm done. It's a steal of 2 for Walker
Okay,
Myers,
Nancy.
so we'll begin the second end. 2-0 Walker Myers, but Griffiths and Martin will have the hammer. Happy to say that we've got Jeff Hofart back in the house, here to join us for this draw. Didn't give him much of a chance to say anything earlier on, but Jeff, welcome back.
Thanks, Steve. Happy to be back.
Yeah, and you've come to watch an amazing game here. And why is it amazing? Well, this group, Weigel and Epping, have punched their ticket to the championship. They are 4-0. They could go 4-1, but they have defeated both of these teams, so that would automatically put them through. So they'll have a relaxing last game. But obviously the playoffs, it still matters your record. You want to be as high as you can in order to gain advantages. So certainly they'll want to win that game. But this is the 2 teams that have a chance to go through in second. The winner of this goes through. The loser goes home. Of course, in Banff, what that means is they go downtown.
They go for supper somewhere nice.
Absolutely. Anyhow, we're about to get underway. Second end here. We've got Laura Walker getting things going, having stolen 2. Walker and Myers in the first end. Let's see what they build up here. Jeff, you told me yesterday they're going to want to come down to the face of the blue one.
Yeah, I think that should seal it off, shrink the scoring zone early here.
It felt there.
Me too. It's a little wider than my draw, though.
Kate, I'm going to let her bite.
Bit of a wider path. Still have room right now. Still have a bit of room. There it goes. Line's close. Whoa.
Sit down, baby. Sit down. Good throw.
All
I'm going
on
to give it a
its own.
chance.
Pardon?
Give it a chance. Good job.
Yeah. I felt like I was being...
Chance for Nancy to come down. I won't say follow that
Wanna go this
down.
way?
Want to be a little bit inside.
I think so.
of
We know
and
that spot, right?
Put it
So
right on top.
draw
Probably
your button
top
spot.
4.
Top,
Yeah,
top,
top
button.
button, right?
Top button, yeah.
Okay, top button. Kind of like top 4.
Similar. Yeah, when that first rock's missed by your opposition, it's a good chance here to get in there. You can really
Light.
set up that scoring zone for yourself.
Especially where you've got last rock. I mean, that's always the thing with this, is that the team without last rock has a chance to set that up first, but when they miss, you've already got one in there. You've got a really good chance to build that end quickly.
Well, and unfortunately for Laura, as hers going a little heavy there is only going to help Martin Griffith.
There goes Tyrell. He drove that down the whole end, and Nancy comes to finish it off. Basically where they wanted. Perfect shot there. Great start to the
Thanks.
end.
Think the end.
Yours is
Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Of course, some people might wonder why you don't just run that back. Of course, you need 5 rocks in play, including the 2 you start with, before you're allowed to hit anything.
Try to throw back 4.
That's good for creating offense in this game. That's why it's so exciting.
As we witnessed last game, there was a 5-ender, and that team didn't
Go
win.
ahead.
The comeback was real in the last game.
Hard! 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 Keep going, keep going, keep going. You gotta go to bounce it. Hard, 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 hard. Keep going.
A little inside, a little light, so trying to bounce and open this up a little bit if they can, which they did. There will be a hole. Not a large hole, but as we saw last night, even a non-hole can be drawn through and thrown through.
Twice.
I just soft with mine.
You want to try to get to here?
I wonder if it's easier with the out turn.
Or here?
Might be easier with the out turn.
Which
Just to
shot?
tuck a piece.
Well, I just.
For those of you who might have seen the
Yeah, like right there.
Canadian Championships
Yeah.
last
Just
year,
tuck a
it's
piece
the exact
under,
same
right?
situation that
Yeah,
we're facing
first
here,
straight
where
guard, make 'em-
Walker and Muyres were playing Martin and
I like
Griffiths
this,
in a
let's do this.
must-win. In that
another one in
game,
there.
it looked like Martin Griffiths had it when
Where do we need to be?
Muyres
Joe,
came
count
off
the
the
back
side
one.
one in the
Top
8-foot
eight?
and kind of went around and up. Nancy was unable to make a run back to get rid of it,
Okay.
and Walker Muyres went into the
Ball
championship.
game, yeah.
So
Wow.
a chance for redemption for Martin Griffiths, but of course Walker and Muyres chance to solidify their rivalry.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of a holdover for the Griffith Martin team there.
Well, the fact that we talked about it before the game, they haven't forgotten. And I think it was a
T-line
TSN
almost.
highlight that
Okay,
week, so.
Come to this one then.
We're just, no, we're good, we're good, we're good.
Well, Jeff, we'll try to
Top
get a
four.
couple of timings
Top four.
here on some of these
Yeah.
rocks.
Still gotta come
14
here.
5s, what things have been running. We'll see if that's
Get a
staying
pocket.
true here in the next draw.
We just create a pocket then.
Coming a little
pretty
deep,
good.
might give a little bit of an out, for Walker Muyres. Or
That's just
That's why I
jams.
wanna-
What do you think?
The hole, or do you want to try?
If
Well, I like
there's-
the hole.
If there's a port
Just trying to
there,
think.
he might be able to get rid
Maybe
of two
play
of
the
those
out turn and
blues.
try to get it like this.
Looks like
That was my
the
first thought.
middle
I
one
think there's one
jams,
there.
but
I think with the out turn, it's pretty good, eh?
That's probably the easiest way to make the hole anyway.
Yeah, probably. I'm just worried if I hit it on the nose, it'll jam, but that's not too bad. We sit
Well, I
here.
don't think with the out turn, you can't hit it on the nose. Like, you're not going to get by
Yeah,
this.
and that's why I didn't want to throw the in, but I'm
Yes.
thinking the in on the nose is fine, even if it does jam.
I think it's kind of whatever your eye
Yeah,
sees.
I agree. All right, I'll see what I got. I like the in better.
probably a lot of weight here, right, to
Gonna hit it
hold
on
it
the nose
straight
with the
so it
yes.
doesn't curl.
especially the way that port is staggered, the out turn would be easier as the left-hand
gonna throw
rock's
a
higher
nice
than the
good peel
right-hand rock,
I
but
don't think you're going to see
he sees the in turn better, and so he's going to have to throw it hard, so it's going dead
got my
straight as
spot.
opposed through that port.
Hold it. Take your time.
Clean. Whoa. Clean, yep. Yes! Hard!
Well, clipping that front one still opens it up, but once again,
He's got the freeze, so we
wonder
want
if
to be a
that
hair.
truck
Yeah, just
had
the
any
side of
interference
center.
that
Yeah.
must have driven by. We didn't
like
see
being
it,
here.
but
Yeah,
must
just
have been there.
like an inch,
We heard the
inch
horn.
off center line, skid.
Yeah, just a 2, 1.5.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 2.5.
Of course, our viewers, with the great camera work here by Thomas Oliver, our cameraman, you're getting a great chance to see lots of the ice facility. You can see the two adjoining sheets and get a sense of what's going on, but also some of the beautifully exposed beams, the
You like a little less
high
ice?
glass, the great outside
think it'll
windows,
curl,
a great
so-
facility
We
to
were
curl,
here,
and you
but
feel like
I
you're
think
in the
there, yeah.
outdoors, but you're still
Okay.
protected inside.
It's magnificent in here, different than any other curling club.
Pete, line's great. Line's great. Where?
Tight.
They don't know then.
Should be close.
No,
It's
then.
tight.
No.
It's tight.
Here.
How's line? Short of
Line's
that.
Perfect. Line's perfect. Line's perfect.
It's not in.
Okay, good. Attaboy. Good throw. Perfect.
T-line.
Great throw. I think it's safe to
think so,
say, we
Laura.
talked about
I'm
it,
trying to
Nancy
throw
Martin,
15,
one of
eh?
the most decorated
Yeah.
curlers, and in mixed doubles, I think she has the record for the most national championships that anyone's been to.
Wow, yeah, she's played this discipline quite a bit. One of
How
the
does this
original
look compared to your draw?
players who,
I like
who took
that.
it serious.
And Desjardins, obviously Robert Desjardins, I think with another partner. He's now playing with Emile Desjardins, but he's been around since the beginning as well. So a couple of the veterans are here, and they seem to be doing really well so far.
Yeah, experience still matters.
Line's
Kind of
good.
a do or die shot here from Kirk.
Little bit. Yep.
If he can get it in there, though, it'll
Yep.
take away the end.
Hard line. Hard.
Seems a little light.
Hard, never off. Hard.
He's dragging it though.
Keep going, keep going, keep
Laura's
going, keep
encouraging
going.
it.
Come off, maybe.
No, I think it's better to take that away from them.
Yeah.
In the can, I guess, eh?
Could go this way too.
After a strong
Unless
first
you wanna make
end,
sure
finding a
you're
little
here.
I think
struggle
kinda
here
like
in the
this
second.
one, yeah.
And
Just
Martin
a little
Griffith's
further
really
out,
layering
but I
on
think our
the
speed will be the same.
pressure.
Yeah, I agree.
Looks like they're
I
going to
agree.
hook another one around here.
Yeah, they can put
I
the
think-
screws to them a little bit here. Get one in a good spot at the top
Top
half of
four?
the house here, yeah.
We got to take this side away from her. She doesn't really
anything
have
good.
the end.
This all day too, though.
Should mention
So
that
whichever you
Jim
like.
Cotter is the coach of Griffith and
Whatever you like,
Martin,
Nancy.
taking
Top
that
four's
role
great
on,
then.
and in fact,
Okay.
he's playing right next door to
Go
them.
Ed.
And in the first
so,
round
yeah.
of this
I could
event,
go,
they
like,
had a
off the
match
wall.
against each
Yeah.
other. So I think Jim told me it's the first time he's had a pre-game meeting with his opposition. Fortunately, though, as he said, it was in the first round, so at least it wasn't during one of these meaningful games that you've got to
Oh,
coach and
close.
play.
Okay, line's good
He's
right
probably
now.
got his
Room right
peripheral
now.
vision working right now, looking
No,
over
no,
at the
no.
sheet beside him, seeing
Where?
how
It's
they're
really
doing.
close. T-line.
Okay,
Coming
no,
off.
Curl. Has to curl.
It's going to go.
Curling off.
Jim, of course, playing with
Whoa,
his
gotta go.
daughter.
Okay.
Great to see that. And they are leading
going,
3-0
keep her going,
after the
keep her
first
going,
end.
keep her
So
going.
using that peripheral vision,
Keep her
he's
going,
still
keep her going.
curling quite
Great,
well.
Great shot. Beauty.
Great rock. Did that come a little deeper?
I think that entire out-turn side is taken away by that. I think Laura's going to look at the in-turn freeze here and try to get a little nibble of the side button, and I think cut them down is all she can do. But there's not a huge area to draw to here, so this is a pressure draw from Laura Walker.
Yeah, and they'll still have the shot in. They can either raise the blue on blue, or they might have an opportunity to still get out whatever comes in. But certainly Martin Griffiths have built up a big end here. Right now looks like 4, depending on this shot by Laura. Could be less.
Nice finish throw, and I'll be able to work her there. Let's go get her.
A lot of silence. Waiting for the shot. Anticipation. Lorimer's got about a 1.5 foot spot to deal with here. So, but she's made a lot of these over the years, and then
Wider than I wanted. Get lost room right now.
Yeah, skipping her own force team. She's
Really
used
has
to
to
making
curl.
pressure draws at the end of ends.
Work it in there. Work it in there. It's got to curl.
weight looks good. Kirk's trying to bend this over. Needs to get it. 14.5 we got on that. That should be T-line. It's just this is a little bit wider, so it seems
Good
to
throw,
have
Laura.
taken a
you
little
do.
bit off.
Yeah, the path
Sorry,
was a
Laura.
little fresher out there.
That's brutal.
Like that.
Unfortunately, I think
It's probably low 14s.
Now you got a chance here, Martin and
We were
Griffiths
edge of
to
12 on mine. I hit it
hook
pretty good.
around
So
the
the path
shot
will be a
that
little
was
better this
just
time.
thrown
Yeah, I agree.
and score their 5.
You just got to think about kind of being there a bit,
Yeah.
because it comes off. It'll catch a little fresh and then come off and curl.
Okay.
Of course, we saw last game a
I'm going
very
out.
similar start.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry. Yep.
Sauter and Botcher started off with a few points, and then Wilkes, Lismore, Thiessen got 5, and they bounced right back with a 3. So, I mean,
It's never over.
Liked it.
The nice part
It's
for
close.
Nancy
Yeah, I
here
agree.
is she just saw
probably can't hurt
Tyrell
it.
make the shot in the exact
think we're
same
good.
pass. So
Ann has backing
line will
her
get
own
there.
blue,
3
but
for
if it's a
T.
little wide, they've got the yellow. So
they should know it.
just needs to just bite a little bit of the red. That's
Oh.
all she really needs.
good.
Dusting it in there.
Should be close anyway.
Yeah, great
Shot, Nancy.
throw.
A full handful.
And you just heard it there, right? Kirk Muyres saying, "Nice shot, Nancy." Great sportsmanship out here. I'm certainly sure they're a little bit frustrated with the end, but it doesn't take away from them acknowledging the great play of the other team. And we've seen a lot of that this week. Curlers are just great people, I think.
I think in general, yeah, that's what you're going to find across the board. It's not too often that people are in any way rude to each other in this sport.
Well, by virtue of the score, Nancy Martin will lead us off this end. Try to draw around into the back rock belonging to Muyres and Walker. That is stationary there. Of course, look for a bit of a bounce back here by Walker Muyres. Probably some aggressive play, and they seem to play better going that way anyways.
Away from the glass, backs to the fans.
That's right. Should mention that
All right, let's go top 4.
Laura's
Throw here,
1-year-old, recently turned
Pardon?
1-year-old Liam is in the house with mom.
You can go either or. I think
Laura's
we know
mom,
both,
and probably not
Whichever turn
watching
you
the
want.
game, but certainly feeling the vibes of it.
I was lucky enough to attend
Be full
Liam's
speed
first
here, though,
birthday
right?
party. It was-
I mean, yeah,
an
a little
enjoyable
less than what you
time.
just gave me.
That's great.
I gave it a little, so it's probably there. No line right now.
Gotta go.
But Jeff, I should ask you, we've heard a couple of
James,
times in the last
pass the
game where
curl right
people
now.
said, yeah, I took a
Pass
little
the
bit off
curl.
that. Is that them kind of pulling back on it because they pushed out too
Stay
hard? Or
straight. You got
what's
her.
that
Keep her
reference
moving,
when
keep
they
her
said
moving,
they
keep her moving, keep her moving.
took
Keep
a
her
little
moving.
off
You got
that
it,
when
you
they
got
let
it,
it
you
go?
got it, you got it.
Well, it's likely that they
Great
just
sweep,
slid a
bud.
little slow, took a little off from what they were trying to throw. If
A lot of
they,
sweeping so
if they
far.
bit their release off a little bit, it would maybe cause the rock to curl
Go get her.
or curl early. So you don't really want to do that. You want to adjust with your body speed and then still give that same release that you're used to giving. So I believe that it would have meant that they just threw it a little less hard than they had previous, opposed to actually biting off
I
the
like the
release.
weight.
Line's good.
Okay.
I like the weight.
Thanks for that
back 8, back
clarification.
4.
Yep.
In case you're not aware of
Back
Jeff
four.
Hofart,
Yep.
he is
Back eight.
a
Hard.
Back
technical
8, back
coach,
12.
elite performance
Back
coach
12.
with the Next Gen with Curling Canada.
Hard. Okay, you're by.
Sure, I got that a little bit wrong.
Well, coach.
Coach, I'm going to stick with coach, right? Why get complicated
Shot,
here?
Laura.
Yeah, I don't know what
That'll
the
be-
title quite is, but I get the opportunity
Well
to work
done.
with a lot of Canada's best up-and-coming curlers.
Just
So
top 4.
Yeah.
it's a
Light's fine.
It's a really rewarding and fun place to work with the best teams that are coming up in the country.
Yeah, and you're
So hair
situated
more
out of
eyes, like,
Alberta,
yeah.
and many of them are in Alberta.
Yeah, it's convenient.
All right, Carol Griffith's here, trying to draw one down right on top of the yellow rock that was just thrown. Certainly great shot by Laura there.
Felt
and,
close weight.
See if Tyrell can match that.
Probably top 8, top 4.
You need to be top 8.
Top 4. Weight's really good. Just there.
Okay, let it curl then. How's the curl?
Maybe a little bump. Not much though.
Finish.
Sit. 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 Oh.
Ah, okay. Good try.
At least
What do you think?
not jam
Tap
right
this
now.
one on the
isn't it?
nose.
I was thinking the blue maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. And just try to kind of slide this to here.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good, eh?
Yep. What kind of, that same back line you threw?
Yep.
So they're just trying to push these two blue behind the tee line sort of to keep them around for some backing so they build up.
Yeah, if he could ever get across the face here and just chisel his rock in behind cover, that would leave them in a really good
Clean.
spot.
Yep. Yep. Gotta go. Hard.
A little
Keep
bit
going,
tight
keep
on
going,
this.
keep
It's going to be
going,
on
keep
that
going,
top
keep going.
guard.
Oh my, Kirk.
So that's 4 over curls in a row for Kirk. Either his rocks are curling a little bit on him, or he needs to give himself a little more ice.
You just tap
Right in
on
the.
that.
We're about to sit right in the
See
pot.
if they
Tap it
talk
just a
about
foot.
it at all here.
Getting 14 and a half on their draws. I thought that one was pretty good, but just they're not getting it out there to you, I guess.
Same ice, same weight.
Well, it sounds like they feel like he's just not getting it
Maybe
out
an
to the
inch less
broom.
ice.
That makes
I
sense.
don't mind
Yeah,
an
they
inch
know
left.
the
Yeah, I
weight.
like the hair less.
They've
We
been
always sweep with the
timing
hold
it
a
like
bit.
we
I
have,
like-
and but if you don't get it out there, it'll crash early, which we've seen, as you said, consistently in a row. Oh, Kirk's top curler, so I'm sure he'll figure it out and he'll make the adjustment.
Yeah, he's important. He's acknowledged it. He's chatted about it with his partner, and I imagine the adjustment's going to be made.
Felt like less. Little less weight. Close though.
Running right now. Running right now. We have no line right now. Can you how
No,
much?
it's-
Chip this in and roll off?
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yep, straight. Yep. Whoa, curl.
Touching it?
Trying to, oh, just miss and just miss.
Sorry, Nancy.
It's a little extra
Ended up
weight.
being
eh?
more weight. I was trying to throw less there.
Just get shot.
Well, so
we gonna be
really the
shot about-
situation
I
hasn't
think
changed
so,
much
if you
here.
move
So
this
very
here,
fortunate
Yeah,
on that for
Yeah.
that's the right call.
Myers Walker.
Same
Yellow
ice.
one here.
Kirk gets the exact same
weight or
shot
hair
that he
more?
just
I think I
threw.
want to give you just a hair more, but like I want to throw back line,
Yeah.
but I'm just going to throw it.
Okay, I would have said that was back 8.
Yep.
So
Same
rinse
ice
and
is
repeat.
okay?
I sure think so, yep.
The
Okay.
curlers at this level, when they get the chance to throw the same shot twice, I like their chances.
A little more
Close.
positive
Yep.
in that release, it looked like too.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Picking himself up early
You still
again.
got it, Kirk. Hard.
He's got it, just got to get by that top
Hard. Right
blue.
there by the guard.
Oh, just gets by, and that's what they called the last shot. So really good result.
Yeah, good shot.
Do you want to just double those off?
I think it's us, actually. I'm just wondering, double doesn't really do us anything. How do they get this out right now? The intern tap, right?
Yeah.
I think it's us, isn't it? Yeah, I'd say it's blue.
So what do you like then? You want to guard there, or
They don't really have anything here, but they're gonna rejig the angles.
like yeah, if they ever top and then sit here.
What's our best shot? I don't like playing really anything in here or here. This isn't too bad. On guard, if anything. How much
We're in
under is
one
that?
guard.
How much under is this?
I think just guard.
Like the call?
Probably playing this, and then
Or
I
you
gotta
like
guard
coming
that
in?
side.
You can't guard
Yeah.
both sides,
Right?
so I
Yeah, they don't really have anything
Okay,
on.
let's guard there.
Well, what do they have here?
they're gonna
Well, then
tap and
they play
readjust the
like either
angles,
side
so
they're
you
gonna
can't
play.
guard
So
both
if
Yeah.
he taps and
sides.
changes angles, then he has that.
So
We guard that, then they play this side.
I
then
don't
guard
mind
that.
coming in the house
Okay.
here. You can
think.
do a little more. You can
Right?
You like guarding
accomplish
then?
both.
I think so.
So
You
they
wanna
guard
come
this
across,
side. I
or do you wanna
see the Walker Myers
Like, do you
team
wanna come across to
coming
the
out the
guard?
intern side and tapping.
I kind of like
their
this
off
way
the
because if it's a
shot
hair
rock.
heavy, we can always chop. Like, I mean, this might. The best play might be this.
That's the only way you guard both sides.
They don't really have anything with it. Okay, straight guard. Okay.
So by guarding this side, what do
Yeah.
you think Walker
This way we
Myers
got lots
have
of
on
good
the other
things. If we
side? They
crash
can
the
do
guard,
heavy
it's kinda
draw
what
around
I
and
like
bump
is
the yellow
best, so-
back.
Yeah, they can rejig the angles and line it up for themselves
that, then?
to potentially throw something either.
Everybody's
run
gotta
back
pick a
in
shot.
at the end, or
Pardon?
Pick
or
a
just
shot,
have
and then
that,
that'll be plan
that
B.
thrown rock to use
Over
later.
curls, so straight guard.
Okay. A rock off this, 2 rocks off center.
Yeah, rock off center.
Now,
Okay.
let's get a timing on this one. See what Tyrell throws to get a guard here. I imagine this to be almost 16.
He's out in the wider path, going
I'd
the
like you to
opposite
go early if
direction
you
of
can.
where
It's
Laura
probably a
threw,
hair
but
heavy,
a
Failing.
little
Okay,
wider.
how much heavy?
It's probably.
I'll tell you in a moment.
It's really heavy.
Well, how much?
T-line almost.
Okay, yeah, then.
Can we go
yeah,
around?
Then, yeah, then,
13,
yeah, then.
7,
Go
8.
around.
Yeah, this is, even though it's out in the fresh stuff, it's
Sit. Oh, it's got a curl mile.
that creates
Okay.
a bit of a pocket back there now.
That was a good guard.
Is there a little bit of a spin-up shot there
Okay.
off that outside blue? I don't think so. There's not
See, we
enough
get them on
air.
both sides,
Not
but if
quite
you
around
push
the
this
horn,
too
you don't
far, it's
think?
really bad.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
I
I
like
see what
this.
you mean. I think this, and then might have them on both sides here too. Eh?
Exactly.
Try to tap that right
Doesn't seem to
there.
change the shot that Laura Walker and Kirk Myers were
just
looking
shot, eh?
at on the other side.
I'll just throw out just a basically a
T-line.
T-line freeze. 14 and a half.
Yeah.
And if this is made and Kirk can leave his shooter just hanging out a little bit exposed, then they'll have them on both sides. So whatever they do, Laura will have a shot either on the intern side or the outturn side. Important shot here.
See if Kirk can get this out there, maybe a little more weight than he's been
Weight's
throwing.
close.
Line's good.
Weight's good. T-line.
Clean, yep. Room, room. Room.
Back
room, room,
four.
Room. Close, yep.
Back 4.
Yeah.
Back 4.
Hard. Room.
Looks pretty good.
Just give it a little angle, baby. Go, 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 go.
All right, that plays him shot, and to your point, 2 angles in at it, but looking like they're lining up a double here to
No, I don't think so.
clear some out. And even if it jams, it should leave blue
Sometimes I
1,
just stop here, eh?
potentially 2.
Tapping that about 6 inches more would have
They
been
might
nice
jam, but it doesn't
just
make
to
any
set
difference.
things up, but
Okay.
pretty good
Let's
shot.
get shot rock.
They're still going to have something either
Dead
way.
straight, probably. Can you
Yeah,
show me
this
the
is too
ice?
buried for them to get to the inside there, so that's just gonna jam. So
Can you show me the ice?
oh, you're right
Hair
there.
more if I'm hitting half rock?
Huh?
Hair more? Can I go hair more or no?
Okay, sure, right there.
Because we don't want to be fat, right?
No, it's just a
Yeah.
half a rock.
Yeah.
If you're 60 feet away and you need a hair more, can
Depends
you
on
really
how you
see
throw
the
it too,
difference?
right?
I
So
think
it
it's
all
more in
depends
your
on how you
mind
throw
than
it
anything,
for ice.
how
So
you
whatever you
visualize
like
the
for
shot.
ice. I think it's gonna curl a little.
Fair enough.
We have seen a couple curls, so just trust it. Nice straight throw.
That's
Top
great
rock.
comment there. Just trust it.
I think that's part of it with moving the broom, just because then you're owning the shot fully. Your buy-in goes up because you have the influence on where the broom goes.
Yep. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Not curling.
Shot.
Yeah, exactly what they wanted. Oh,
Good spot.
still a chance for 2, I would say here.
Little tap, I think.
Probably not far enough, eh? To outcount this one.
So to this one. Well, it might be. The other thing is, might be able to tap this for 2.
That's true. It's the same.
I think just draw.
And then if we can,
Yeah,
to the nose.
that's what I think.
Okay.
Do you like doing that rather than the tap? I mean, the tap back on this side seems to give you a better chance at 2.
I don't see her being light here. I think she's going to throw it to be there, and then if line's good, they'll sweep
All
it
right,
to make
Laura,
that
14 and a
tap.
half. You got a good sense of that.
Yeah, they're reconfirming 14 and a half. So let's get a little bit of a read on this.
Take your time. Let's go make her. Put her on the tee.
I'll rock a last stone for the Walker Muyres team this end. Last stone of the end, chance to score 2 or at least get 1.
Pretty good ad there.
Weight's
Kurt.
good, Laura.
Line's good.
Weight's nice.
Close.
Back
Yep.
4.
Yep. Yep.
I like the
Back
weight.
8.
Whoa, whoa.
Back 4, back 8.
Whoa, close.
So if we can
1402, that would be back 4, back
make
8.
the tap, it's going to be there.
Girl.
Curl a little more. Looks like it might, but is it going to jam?
Good throw.
No.
Good
One
try.
yellow.
Oh. Good throw, as you said. Good try. Guaranteed the 1. It will be 5-3. Martin Griffiths will have last rock coming home in the 4th end, but again, steals are very available in this game.
Yeah, I like how Laura threw that. She made sure of her 1. She didn't try to sell the farm on making that tap. They weren't even sure that it was there for 2. So make sure you get your 1. But if line's good, you can sweep it to make it. And she was close.
Yeah, does Laura have a farm?
Well, no, but several houses in Edmonton though.
There you go. There you go. Oh, just when you said sell the farm, I just didn't know. But I wasn't aware, not that I'm interested in buying a farm, but, you always pick up on these things. Okay, just remind our viewers here what's at stake. We have Martin and Griffiths at 3-1, Walker and Muyres at 3-1. We've got Weagle and Epping at 4-0, all in the same pool here. By virtue of Weagle and Epping defeating both these teams, they own the tiebreaker. They will go through the championship. Who will be the second team? That's all going to be decided upon who wins this game. One will go home, and one will go to the championship round tonight at 7:30 in Canmore. We'll bring you back to the game as Laura Walker gets us underway. Walker and Muyres throwing the Yellowstones down 5-3 without hammer in 4.
Nice tee line, top 4.
Yep.
Gotta go.
It's really curling. Okay, maybe leave it there. Whoa.
Great shot. Great spot.
Really good weight.
Well done.
Thanks.
It's like T-line weight.
Yeah.
You just gotta tap. If you get to the inside on it, it's good. Really.
Aren't I going this way?
You're going with the intern.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, unless you want to really come tight to the guard. Like, that would be great if you go
Well, I was
outturned.
just thinking, can't I go top button or no?
Theirs is on the top button right now. So you need to kind of get to 2/3 of theirs. Or yeah, you want to kind of hit it 2/3. Just kind of get to the inside and kind of rub and roll.
Okay.
Kind of move it about 6 inches. So just get to the inside, you're good. T-line weight. Weight should be close.
Wait.
Oh, that was really good.
Okay, yeah then. Yep.
Weight's good. Line
Yeah.
only. Back 4.
Well then.
T-line. Coming off.
Yep.
Coming off.
Hard.
Great looking shot coming in here.
Whoa.
A good spot. Good shot.
Yeah, really well done. Good sweep. Well thrown.
Good shot, Nancy.
Are we still shot in there or not quite?
Bite the 4.
Are we shot?
Walker Muyres are just going to try to crowd that
Okay, bite the
4-foot
4.
and hope to get some good angles coming forth here. And look for that steal.
And I'm amazed in this game, but more so in the mixed doubles where you got less rocks in play.
Mine's good.
How many different end setups can occur just because of the angles? You'd think it'd be very repetitive, but you know, it really isn't.
Well, and it's never the exact same. So when you work on strategy and you work on tactics, you have to sort of think about it in concepts opposed to this exact situation, because you'll rarely see the exact same setup like in more than one end ever.
Okay, not bad there. Not a bad.
Do you ever
plan
like
B.
this?
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's jamming here. But
Yeah,
that's
I'm just
okay.
saying we just play like board weight though.
It's still jamming.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Just kind of unlock that back 4 one though.
But can't you accomplish the same thing this way and just...
I guess you could, yeah. It's gonna leave that 5 rock in there, but it does leave another one top 4 for us, which
Yeah.
is, I like that call.
Okay.
We kind of hit like 2/3 type thing, because we don't want our shooter rolling
just
off.
like, just backline weight?
I like that.
Or
Yep.
back 8 even?
I like that, yeah.
Back 8.
Back 8, just try to get that yellow back about 2 feet.
Yeah.
We want to try and keep our shooter from rolling off. We want to keep our shooter under. I think that's the most important thing.
Okay.
Bringing another one to the middle here. They're going to play this a little aggressive.
Like, or with back 8?
I think that'll be close, yeah.
Okay. Or we can go a hair tighter if you want.
Yeah, maybe that. Just a smidge, not much. There you go.
Okay.
Well, back 8's going to be just shy of 14. Let's get a time on this. See what Tyrell does.
Should be in the good path here.
Line's a bit tight.
Okay, I think I'm a hair hot if anything.
Okay. Yeah, line. Yeah, line.
Light only, heavy,
Whoa.
heavy.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Yep.
A little bit heavy, but 13.53 is
Line looks perfect.
Yeah, good call.
exactly what
Good
they
call.
wanted.
Good shot.
Sorry, it was so close.
Yeah, good shot. Good call.
It's a little bit like a high school dance. You got all yellows on the one side and blues on the other.
Tap this, but I'm not sure. Is that getting a little late? It's probably late, eh?
Well, I don't know, because if this is here, this one's never leaving.
And like if I could ever just, yeah, I don't know. Is that crazy? We're not going to be shot, but we'll be maybe second.
It's tough to get shot on this anyways and not
It is.
losing something. I like this.
You
I
okay
think
with
this is smart.
I'm okay with it if you are.
Yep.
Back line.
Yep.
Well, we won't have a high school dance pretty soon because they're coming down on that side.
They're infiltrating. Yeah, just a tap, tap, tap here. Try to open up the button for a potential tap on the intern side.
And remove one of those blues that
Yeah, if they can just move that back a foot, that would leave a little more space for them. And this is a setup shot here. If they can leave their shooter in a good spot that they can access later as well, that would be ideal.
Felt a little heavy.
Yep.
Ha!
Yep.
You might see some weight coming from Tyrell after this.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
over curling again, though. The weight wasn't the problem on that shot.
Finally threw one good, I thought.
That must have picked.
I think we just kind of get rid of this 5.
Okay, so you're seeing weight?
Yeah.
Not very
Can we
opportune
complete
at that.
I mean, even if we
No,
happen
I-
to chip this 3
it's-
over, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if
that
it moves all the way
overcurled by
over,
way
it's
too
fine.
much to be
Okay, go on,
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that opens up your chance to get rid of both yellows instead of load of blue.
This
And
3/4
blue does
is
have
good,
last
hey?
rock.
I think we want to go, because we want to try and get that 1-5 out of the 4-foot. I think it's got to be like almost a half.
And you're
Well,
only
then
throwing
you're for
5
sure
rocks
moving
and you've
half.
got
Yeah.
a couple
That's okay.
stationary.
Just fine.
One
It's
little
not going to
miss
go
is
anywhere,
really
and it's going to be
cool.
all 3 of them are going to be kind of a
Yeah, it
staggered
is.
buried.
It's going to be dead straight here, so throw inside of the nose.
Yeah. If we happen to stick it on the nose, it's not terrible, but
He wants to get to the low side of this with the intern, and he doesn't have a ton of air, but he's got lots
are
of
they
room
in their
to make
last
this
row?
double.
Oh, they got 2 more, I think, right? Yeah, only 3 1.
Kirk has one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got 2.
Okay.
2/3 low.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep. Yep.
Gonna hold this.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Looks good.
Shot.
Shot.
Yeah, good
Hard
shot.
over on our blue.
Left his shooter in a great spot there too.
Yes, it's not a good looking house if you're yellow.
Well,
That's exactly what Walker and Muyres
don't
are.
mind that. And then you could have a free run it. Oops, sorry, free run it.
I guess
Oh,
if you're here, it's
she
that
makes
probably
that.
just goes into here, right?
Yeah.
There's still the in off on
They'll
that
probably
blue
lie too,
over
but
top,
even if I just move them, then you can tap or whatever. But yep, I think that's the call, Laura. Then you can maybe play something off there. We'll see where it shakes out.
Yeah.
You good with
Get
that?
one in there. I like it. My draw here ran what you think. I think like 14
Sorry?
and a half. I think is
14 and a half, yeah.
This is a good path.
Right, well, you noticed this earlier. I mean, on these out turns for Kirk, he's
Just got to get there.
just got to get it out to the broom.
Yeah, and I think we can throw out the last one. I think that was a pick. And I think he's amended it. He threw a couple of really good ones in the last end there, and is
Seemed like a
Mine's
good
good.
release
I
there.
like his chances on this one again.
Mine's
Okay,
good.
freezing
Yep.
down to the
Yep.
one butting the
Yeah.
button.
Hard! Hard! Really gotta go.
Unbelievable.
I don't like that one.
I know. Was this out of the 3?
Huh?
Is it out of the 3 down there? I didn't know if that was any good either.
Where do we go?
So it
Well, they
sounds
don't-
like
What's she gonna
he's,
do?
he's
Go
got a
here.
couple of
Oh,
curly
yes, it
ones
is,
that he's
yeah.
trying to
I
manage.
think we go
The
here.
stones themselves,
Yep.
so
Even if I'm here.
that
I'm up.
explains
That's my
it.
shot. So we have hammer.
Okay, yeah, here. Or do you want to?
So what do you do in those situations? You have to put more handle on it to try and negate it?
They don't
or-
really have
or
anything
just
to
take
that hole,
more
do they?
ice? What do you do, Jeff, in
really.
that situation? when
Well,
you
sometimes a
find-
combination of
Yeah.
both. You
Their
have to
shooter's gonna
either
go, though, to get the double.
increase the rotation could be something that you do with those. Throw it,
They
4
got the
feet
intern draw.
harder than you normally would, and they're difficult. They're
Sure.
part of the game, and I mean most of these players deal with it everywhere
I think
that
I
they
need
go
even
and play.
more.
So it's a skill set they all have, but it does make things more difficult. That's for sure.
A really good chance here for Griffith. and,
So ideally, we're taking away this half,
Martin.
right?
Yeah.
sink a
It can be even
fifth
T
one
line
in the
'cause it takes
house
it off.
and
It takes it away
take
too.
away the
So
draw.
Okay.
Well, Laura will
It's
have a
over
thin
curling,
double
we
on
sweep
that
for
outside
T.
one if
Yeah,
this.
you know the weight here.
yeah.
I think so. I can't quite tell if that's going to be there, but they're going to try to take that away either way.
Okay, is there any draw on the right side here? Just skinny the top yellow on the
Line
outside and
three.
maybe
Felt
come in
big.
behind. There's no run back.
Okay, line
Nibble
three.
the side button. Potentially
we
it
ever
might
tap-
over curl
yeah,
though.
tap
That
off and
port's
roll
not
in.
huge.
No, you're still on the outside.
This one looks heavy.
Still on the outside. Yep, go.
Might
go,
give
go,
an
go,
opportunity.
Go. Yep. Curl. Great.
That's pretty good.
Got it in enough.
That's really good.
Attaboy.
You might want to throw a run back though, because it's almost hard to miss the whole
Fun for you, does it?
Well, I just think I'm
shooting match in there. So
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's probably the play, hey?
So I think if I think like hack weight,
just tap that to the back
Yeah.
button. I think
so.
if you
Hack
could
weight,
freeze
what,
to that back stone, I think that's the play.
2/3.
2/3, I was thinking, yeah.
Rather than the draw, like the
I think so.
I'm not sure the draw is there, given that
those spots that
how much the ice curls at the end. You'd have to be really close to that outside yellow coming in, or else as the weight comes off, you'd clip that top blue.
it's a bit of an all or nothing shot here.
Mm-hmm.
Must get it in behind somewhere, even if it's just can't tap it out in the open. Big shot here for Laura
Aim for
Walker and Kirk
2/3.
Muyres. Certainly
get
very
her.
capable of it though.
Hack weight.
Sometimes when you give the opposition no choice but to make a shot like this, they often make it because there's no doubt in their mind. They know they have to. So
Yeah.
Weight's really good. Heavy hack. Heavy
You
hack.
like the weight,
Yep.
that's positive.
Yep. Hard!
Heavy hack!
Whoa! Whoa! Kirk off! Whoa!
Sorry, Laura.
the draw for
Sorry,
5.
man.
Sorry.
I thought you were yelling hard.
I know I should have yelled something else, I guess.
Oh, sorry, dude. Fuck, that
A little
was me.
more, even to be honest.
I'll make sure. I'll make sure
Well.
I throw it good there.
Yeah. It's just that all it is
I
with
know,
the
you
release, all I was thinking of was just that
You
good
think you're
run,
line
right?
4, and that's
So-
great, but these extra little points are so important.
Yeah, it is. It's
Exact same.
it can
I
mean
take the
a
right
lot
edge of
at
that
the end of
yellow
the
rock
game
for
when,
ice.
Yeah, I
when
agree.
4s and 5s are up for grabs.
You can swoop it in there after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a hair heavier out
There's
this
a
way.
comeback
Yeah,
brewing
I'd
on
say
sheet
like
2.
So you want like 3 feet
Yeah,
and then
Rock
just that nice
Calvert got it to a 5-0 lead after 2, but Monker after taking 1 and 3 were able to steal 2
There you
and
go.
4.
Like that nice ad.
You can go.
You're close.
You can go.
A bit of a shootout over
Yeah,
here on
keep it
4-2 where
Keep it moving.
Cotter
Keep
have
it moving. You got
scored
it.
2 3-enders, but Liscombe
have
has
a
scored 2 2-enders, so certainly staying pace.
Have a look. Have a look. Have a look. Have a look.
Beautiful draw here by Nancy Martin.
Nice
for
shot.
the-
Thanks, guys.
Another
Thanks,
handful.
Kirk. Thanks, Laura.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
And the game is going to end there. That's the first time our feature sheet has
I
ended
get you.
so early, so I think we're going to
Pretty
push
good.
over to
Pretty
sheet number 4.
Especially after yesterday's game.
and
Felt good just to forget
take a
about
watch
yesterday.
what's
that's for
going
sure.
over there. Big win for Martin and Griffith, though, as we said. That's the winner of this is going to go to the championship, and the loser, unfortunately, is going to go home. But that's what happens when you have really strong pools and strong players, that someone's going to lose out.
It's going to be amazing at the names that don't make the playoffs. You just see so many good teams, so many big names, and it's just such a hard field to qualify in that, yeah, there's not room for everybody.
No. Shame there are just a few misses in a row. I've seen Martin and Griffith seem to have either the rocks or the weight line figured out, and I know that that the other team, Walker seemed to struggle a little bit with that, and that's just the difference. But at this elite level, just as we said, in this type of format, one miss can really be harmful.
Yeah, it was, and the kudos to Martin Griffith for taking advantage of the misses. That always, that's big. You're going to get your chances in every game. It's what you do with it that's important, and they took advantage of every single one, and obviously put 2 5s on the board, ended the game early. So, well played game.
So we're going to turn our attention over to sheet number 4. A little chance to watch the father-daughter duo of Jim Cotter, most people are very familiar with, and his daughter Jaylene Cotter, who just finished and graduated out of junior curling. Successful career, had won a provincials, been to nationals, and is playing mixed doubles with her dad. Not a bad partner to pick up
No
as you move
kidding.
into mixed doubles, is it?
Well, you're talking about Jim picking her up, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I know if my daughter asked me to play, I'd be all over the moon. So hopefully she's listening. But it probably was Jim asking her to play. Assuming she accepted fairly quickly, though.
Yeah, I know Jim's had just a blast in either coaching her or playing with her. It's been some of the highlights of his curling career, as he's told me. So it's really cool to see. I know he's just thrilled to be able to have the opportunity to spend the time together and play the sport that she obviously grew up watching him play, but they get to do it together.
That's right. And even though their team has been eliminated with 3 losses, they obviously are still competing and competing hard, looking good in this game. But no matter what, Jim will, as the coach of Martin and Griffith, will be around for the championship round, coaching them. So a great way to finish off this game with their daughter, and hopefully with the win for them, and then move on and coach through the championship, maybe do a win there.
Yeah, it's another unique part about the sport of curling is you see a lot of the family aspect in it. You get to see father-sons playing together with the Howards, or I had the chance to go to the Briar with the Scoffin family, with Thomas skipping and his dad playing second. It was a super unique situation, and obviously Jim and his daughter playing here. I just think it's one of the coolest things you can do is spend time together as a family and compete at even the highest levels.
Yeah, and you know what, you mentioned it, I'm sure Jaylene back in the day, whether she remembers it or not, was at many Briars and Olympic trials with her dad watching, and that's so kind of neat to be playing with them and playing on that side, trying to get to the Olympic qualifiers, because this event obviously will hopefully identify one more team into the mix for the mixed doubles Olympic qualifiers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Jim trying to draw down on top of the blue stone that's in the area of the button. Of course, we don't have the players mic'd up, so we're just going to go by feel here.
I think he's looking to wiggle this a little bit. you can get to the inside and just chip it, yeah, just like that, that's pretty good.
Yep, loading them up. It seems that everybody has scored at least multiples when they've had hammer, and it's looking like it's building that way for Jim and Jaylene so far this end.
There's something about this draw. It's just a bunch of bonanzas across the board.
Well, that shot there you're looking at gives you a great idea of the brightness in these facilities with all the windows and the sun coming in. In fact, yesterday in the evening, as the sun was setting and we were winding down, Reed Carruthers did ask for some sunglasses before he threw his last stone coming home in 8. Obviously a bit of a joke, but just gave you a sense of how much light comes in, natural light.
You don't need that in every curling rink, eh?
Well, sometimes, but for other reasons, of course. All right, trying to draw right in on top, full button. This one's really coming over now, really edging it in. Great looking shot, trying to get to the nose, and will.
Does it successfully, good shot.
Now what you do, you can't really get at it from this outside, which is really where you need to in order to keep your yellows in play.
Yeah, it looks like they're shot rock at the top there as well, so it might have to be a little bit of a double run situation.
They still got a couple left. Would you ever just rip the 2 guards?
You could, yeah, absolutely.
Looks like that's what he's lining up here.
It's sometimes the simple calls that you don't even see. Just peel it, and then you might have access to it later. And if you do get lucky and it sends it back into the house, it'll rearrange things for you. So.
Yeah, it looks like it'll, certainly the back blue would go, the other one jams, but the one that runs into the house, if you hit it on the high side left of what we're seeing, it should spin over top of the yellows and won't have enough momentum to really kick any of those out. So certainly blue will have a good rock and a good position, but there'll be a lot of yellow facing and no coverage. So Liscombe and Liscombe will have to be a bit careful. Of course, Liscombe and Liscombe are from Iderton in Ontario. So it's nice of them to travel all the way out here to play in this event. Great to see them. Our first time having them out here at our event.
Treat it like a vacation. It's hard to find a better spot.
Yeah. Again, as I watch Jim Cotter, I'm reminded of the old days of throwing when you lift that rock off the ground. Him and Glenn Howard. Is there anyone else that's still? Kevin Cooey, I guess.
Yeah, a little lift there. Steve Laycock will lift it up when he's throwing it big. Yeah. I think the odd player will give it a lift when they're trying to really heave one. It's still out there.
Certainly the way that curling's trained nowadays is pull it back and then use the legs to really kick hard.
Yeah, Darren Molden's another example who can do that. He lifts it up and he can throw it really hard when he does that. Gets the big backswing, big lift, hard and straight.
I guess that's the most important thing. It's kind of like the long drive championship that's going on right now. Sometimes people can hit it far, but maybe not in the fairway.
Yeah, I think Bryson finished in the top 10.
Yeah, he got knocked out in the round of 8s, I think it was. So it's good for him.
Pretty good for a tour player.
Yeah. That may not wreck his swing, but the way he's swinging now, I don't think it can, because he's all in all the time, playing 2 fairways over at times.
Looks like you, Steve. Hits it almost as far.
Well, if I can get 2 bounces off the cart path, I got a chance.
And a sprinkler head.
That's right. That's right. Well, just a reminder, our feature game today, the one that was going to decide who moved on and who went home, ended quickly thanks to 2 5-enders by Martin and Griffith. Muyres and Walker struggling a little bit with weight and ice, and Martin Griffiths taking full advantage. So congratulations to Martin Griffiths, who move on to the championship round. Walker Muyres, a great tournament, still 3-2 in a tough field, nothing to shake home about. But because Weagle and Epping had such a great run, they're 4-0 now. They will advance as well. We've moved over to sheet 4. We've got the father-daughter team of Jaylene and Jim Cotter playing against the Liscombes.
Another good freeze coming in here. I think she might have something, depending on who shot rock over there. She might have something, looks like for 2 through the port. If that yellow on the side button is shot, I can't tell.
Well, look at that great angle. It looks like it might be.
One of those two potentially.
There's probably no way to rub that top blue a little bit and get the shot.
Don't think so. Not that's going to be helpful, that's for sure.
Well, the only good thing is if she does rub a little bit off that other one, it likely redirects to the back of the blue and in. So
Yeah.
certainly very makeable shot here for Jaylyn. Just got to come down to the nose, I think, and take your one and maybe on a measure get two.
What Jim just pointed out there might be there if you tried to really thin on that far right blue, then hit the other blue and shake down. Like a really thin double and down would probably be there. Very hard shot though. I think she's just going to try to hit the nose.
Yeah, and it's always good to point it out so that plan B, if it is a bit out or staying straight, maybe they take it on. It's important because obviously with Jim sweeping, Jaylyn will need to call the line, so it's good they're on the same page. Here we go. Now, her dad hasn't taught her to lift it up yet.
Yet.
All right, they're obviously playing a little less weight. Smart. Jim's trying to carve it over a bit.
Its line's close.
Trying to hold it. It's really close. Trying
Looks
to catch
good.
just a little bit on the way by.
Looks good.
Oh, just missed it.
Good shot for two,
Yeah.
I think.
So we got the one. I think they just tapped on the one, so.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Good shot, nonetheless.
It's back to old school when you got to rely on them hanging the number to really know what happened.
Yeah, all this technology, and we're still speculating.
Yeah. Yeah, we're live streaming sheet 4 from sheet 3. Our cameraman, Thomas Oliver, doing a great job on that to bring us this. So thank you, Thomas. And I think we're going to see in a moment here an N5. In fact, it was a great throw. You saw Jim trying to hold it. They're looking for the little kiss off that one, and they just missed it. But what a great throw and a great judge on that.
Some really timely freezes from the Liscombe team there. They were in trouble, and the last two stones were very well thrown to give them a chance to force.
As we take a look over on sheet 2, our other match that's still going. Don't know what happened in the fifth end, but certainly a tight one there, 5-3. Rock and Calvert, a newly formed mixed doubles team, and certainly two amazing players playing against a more regional team from Cochrane, Monker, who we said a few years ago in this event upset Desjardins in the first round. So certainly capable of competing against these top teams if they get it going.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, great start there, Jaylyn, putting that in the top 4 for great weight. Does peek out a little bit on the side. Still, really good throw. Well, you think Nancy Martin after that win might go celebrate, but no, she's right behind the glass watching coach. I take that back. She's celebrating right behind the glass as she's watching coach.
You can do two things at once. That's good.
We can tell you that out of coach's corner of the eye, he was watching the game while still performing 2 3-enders in a row there. So luckily, Jaylyn was paying attention. All right, a great throw there by Catherine to come down on top of Jaylyn's opening throw. Now it'll be a chance for Jim to probably come down that same side, get to the back blue one, would you say?
Yeah, that shot is still there. There's enough room for sure, and it looks like there's a ton of curl on that in-turn side, off the wall.
Off the wall. What a great term. I'm going to steal that, Jeff. Actually, we watched this. We watched the last end of the Kerry Hodgson Rock Calvert game here, and they were taking halfway between the edge of 12 and board to get over to button. So certainly off the wall.
Looks like that's about where Jim is here on this throw.
You almost couldn't get it far enough outside.
Yeah.
Of course,
well, it looks like it has a mile to curl, but I expect it will.
Oh, yeah, it's crossing the hog line. Here it comes. Jaylene's holding it, even though it has 4 feet to come, and here it comes.
Look at
Weight
that
looks
thing
perfect.
swing. And perfect.
Absolute perfect shot. Great judge by Jaylene there, and great throw by Jim. Couldn't have walked that down any better.
Yeah, you only like that one if you're okay with perfect.
And like Jeff just coined, that one came off the wall. Okay, I don't want to overuse that. There you go, Thomas, giving us a great look at that. You can see where Jim put it, but of course, Liscombe have a chance to come right down on top. But the scoring area being shrunk quite a bit. Obviously, they probably want to jiggle things around a little bit to make sure they can try to get 2 or 3 in there by the end of the end.
Yeah, if they could ever release their own blue on this and sit on top of that yellow, that would be ideal. And with the amount of curls, I think that's possible.
Here comes Chris. We actually watched Liscombe in the first game of this entire tournament. They were on our feature sheet here, so we have had a chance to see them curl before. They played very well. And they're holding this hard, a little bit extra weight like we thought. They wanted to bump it.
This looks good if it can hold it.
Looks really good. Just got to get by. That's really cutting. Is it going to just ticks the
go.
back end? But
excellent
great shot. Yeah, it's just because we had a feature game on sheet 3, it doesn't mean every game isn't a feature game, because certainly a lot of great teams out here, a lot of great shot making.
Yeah, releasing that back one was huge. Now they can actually move the yellow out of the forefoot instead of just playing a dead freeze and it was sandwiched, never going anywhere.
Really important for Jim to get one back on top here, because if not, 2 shots later, there'll be 2 blues in top. Yeah, this one's coming down really nicely. It looks to be on the same path.
It looks so wide coming in until the end, and then it just goes sideways. Just chapped it a hair. Not bad.
That almost gives a good enough angle that you can push that blue out and still keep the yellow around.
I think they can come across the face, though, and hardly touch the blue and end up right on top of their other blue and really put the pressure on the Cotters.
Well, we've seen that path a long way, so certainly they're very familiar with it. So I don't think the line calling and weight's going to be an issue. It's just a matter of the execution and getting on the same page.
If he throws the exact same shot he threw on his last rock, it will result in a really good outcome. On sheet 2, we have Kelsey drawing to sit 5, but 1 rock to come.
And they took
Monker.
3 in the 5th end. They're up 8-3, and to sit 5. Where do you hide that? Looks like a dice almost. That'd be about as perfect as you could make 5 stones in a ring. Certainly don't want to leave them an easy open hit, but
Anywhere in the top half of the house here is pretty good.
and
That's a
covering that
little
button
deep.
one.
Good shot.
Really good. Well, there's a nose hit there to give up 1 or possibly make the double and take 1. Want to be careful, though. You don't really want to roll too much, because if you roll out, that's a 4. Well, here comes Liscombe. To your point, trying to cross the face and move it out. Is it going to make it over with this extra weight?
It's close. Just about. Well, might have left a double back now.
Yeah. Got to hit as much as you can see.
Yeah. The run back might be the play.
There we go. What great camera work we've got going. That pretty well tells the story and gives you a sense of what's going on. Thomas doing his miracles again. Appreciate that view. Chance to really give our viewers a sense of how this house is shaping up, what angles might be available, and what Jim and Jaylene might be thinking about.
Yeah, if she could ever get to the nose, I know she can't throw a lot of weight by doing that, but we know how much it curls here. So if she could throw a hack weight or board weight and get to the nose, she might be able to jiggle shot stone out and leave herself either shot at the top or the back 4.
I mean, I know the answer because Jim would have thought about it. But would you ever run your yellow to get to nose the blue, or
Oh, you
does that
definitely
open it up too much and give Liscombe and with his hammer a greater opportunity?
You definitely could, and if that was your only hope, then you would do it. But I think this is there, just based on the amount of curl we see. 2 blue over there on sheet 2 and handshakes.
Yeah, it'll be a 10-3 final. That one just sailing a bit outside. Fortunately catching the back one, but still giving up 2, and 2 ends left to go. That's a big tower of 7 against Calvert and Rock. Calvert, sorry. Well, Jim's on it right out of his hand. Looks really good though, just holding it.
Looks really good.
Well,
I think he's got a beauty here.
He
Good
spun
shot.
that one enough, yep.
I think they're at least shot 1.
I mean, that blue is pretty well secured there, but you're right, they are shot 1, I think.
I think that's as good as he could do.
Yep.
Based on, he couldn't throw that any lighter in order to get that extra curl, or it would have moved even less. So, good shot.
I mean, would you ever make that double, yellow double up top, and then it should spin back into the pocket, or?
Yeah, you definitely could. That's a... Yeah, and then you might leave yourself right on the top of the button with in a little bit of a pocket. So that might be the shot.
And the other one, I mean, you could raise your blue onto that yellow and it'd spin over to where he's pointing now with your blue or close to it and leave you control on this side. But again, that yellow is a dangerous rock up there. It can be angled in. It can be.
Yeah, I like your call, Steve. I think that would be the play, about a half rock double on the top one. But it looks like they're just going to draw in there. And
well, as we always say, there's never only one shot. So it's whatever you feel comfortable, whatever you know as well. So obviously they feel good with this shot.
This shot seems really hard to me, just the way how much it curls. It has the potential, even if it gets through that port, to over curl that back yellow. How much it goes sideways as it comes in, if he's playing the draw. I just feel like this is a super difficult port to navigate with draw weight.
Well, it's out there.
It is.
You would think that is never coming, but as it comes off right now, here it comes. It is really moving. That should make it in with the weight they've got. It is looking perfect for what they wanted.
If it gets through, it's going to over curl though. Yeah, right there. It's just super hard to navigate a port like that with draw weight. It seems like a large port, but as a rock moves sideways as it goes through it, the port's made smaller.
Yeah, and here we go. The chance to just tap their yellow back in that pocket. Then I don't know what Liscombe do.
Yeah, I think they should have thrown some weight at that, I think, just to give themselves a little more room and potentially open up a big end. Yeah, but now it's opportunity for the Cotters for sure.
Yeah, and this is a shot they could have taken away too. You know, it's also good exercise here. I mean, you look at, trying to think, how do I get that blue one out? I might sit 3 or 4. And, obviously they're just thinking, hey, we might be able to get the 1.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can get too excited about that and end up giving up some.
Yeah, but especially when there's this many rocks in play.
All right.
Just chisel that yellow in, and I think they can be sitting as many as 2, maybe even 3. It depends where if she can go off the face of that back blue and move it back at all. I'm not sure she can.
Well, they're out of focus, and in a moment they will come back in focus, but we can tell you she's got a great shot. Jim's really trying to hold it. It's starting to try and over curl. Just got to keep it on the outside. Looks like he will, and what a great shot. I think they are shot too.
Really good shot.
It is by very little, but it is shot. I don't know. Liscombe trying to find a way in. If they even touch that yellow, blue likely becomes shot, but that's what they're trying to figure out how to do that. I'm not sure there's a way.
Center run, double tap.
Oh, that.
Simple.
Well, but you're right. It's almost a shot because I don't think they can hurt themselves.
No.
They're moving blues around. There's catchers everywhere. So that may be the shot because, in fact, if they can hit it hard enough, there is a chance they may be able to bring two into
they
play.
Might, yeah. That's probably just run that yellow straight back if they can and knows.
And you do that by lifting the rock, right? You know.
You can try.
Sometimes when people try, though, that's when you see the big chunks out of the ice in front of the hack.
There's an expert on this sheet, but I think he's on the other team as far as lifting goes.
All right. Well, Liscombe do have final rock. That's what it is now. Catherine being asked to throw a hit, I believe. Yellow onto yellow and squeeze the yellow over top. Is that what you saw, Jeff?
I think it's yellow to blue and leave the blue somewhere touching the top button, jiggling off some of the yellows. I think that's probably the easiest. I don't know if that's what she's playing, but or a double tap potentially. Tap, tap.
Well, we're going to find out in a moment.
It looks like it's a
they
straight.
Swept it, and then they stopped, and now they're sweeping. It's almost like they're going to hit that.
Straight tap on that blue. She's really close.
And they spun it off, and look at the shot.
Excellent shot.
That is such a perfect shot. Great call. Both you and I didn't really focus on that as an option, but certainly they saw it, and they called it. And most importantly,
they made it.
They made it.
The angle was good on that top one. Yeah, it just jiggled off their own and spun down. Really well called, well thrown, well made.
Yeah, and I love that. We've seen it in our sheet all through the event. But there you see after Jim and Chris talking a little bit about the shot together. You know, it's the opponents talking about what happened, good shot, and acknowledging, a great end. And that's something that's been great about this mixed doubles. There's a lot of communication between the teams themselves, but then between the teams that are playing the opponents.
Tons of respect.
Well, looks like they're setting up the power play here. Jim and Jaylene, they will be up 7-5, a 2-point lead. Obviously trying to protect that, realizing they probably won't have another chance for the power play with 2 ends left. So this pushes the play to the outside. Let's see how the Liscombes want to defend against this. Do they chisel their blue in? Do they put a center guard up, or do they draw around to the face of the yellow? Lots of options, and all can prove to work really well.
Looks like the tick is the elected call.
Well, line looks like it's going to center guard the way that's coming over.
Yeah, I guess it's the same ice for.
Yeah, for
tough to tell.
There we go. Well, great open to this end. Great throw. Chris was trying to fix something on the ice as that rock sailed by him.
You got this.
But he got it fixed, and Catherine didn't need him. Great throw and great placement. You couldn't have walked it down any better, really. I think there's a loony underneath that. And so what's the defense on this for the people who have played the power play? Are you trying to tick it back, or
come around your corner here?
I guess that's why you put it out there.
Yeah, it's.
And they are. Look how much that's curling again. I tell you, that is welding right in. Great throw by Jaylene. Great sweep by Jim.
That's a hard shot there. It made it perfect. Just based on the amount of curl. I mean, it's a simple come around a corner. You wouldn't think it's that difficult, but with that, that's 7 feet of curl. She was outside the 4 foot on the other side when she let that go.
Well, people say sometimes things are squirrely. I guess here in Banff we're going to say on sheet 4 things are curly. Okay, we'll stop with that. But
Nice try, though.
some things work and some things don't. This is why we mic up the players, and this is why we let them talk, Jeff. But try to have a little bit of fun here. But we're being entertained in a great game. We got Cotter, the father-daughter team of Jaylene and Jim, playing against the Liscums, Catherine and Chris. Of course, the Liscums we got to see in the opening draw here on our feature sheet 7, so a bit familiar there. And of course, Cotter, familiar with them too.
Straight peel.
And that's the importance, of course, why they play those draws even to each other, because right there, Jim not able to, of course, make the double peel. But in fact, the blue one, still sitting there in the back 8. So that's fine if it stays that way for Cotter, because Jaylene should be able to outdraw that or come down to it or whatever they need. So center guard again, is that what you see? Maybe half covering their back 8-1 or full cover?
I think so. I think they're probably better off just putting this right on the center line. And you know Jim's going to walk up and peel it. But if you ever did get a mistake, that's probably what you want to do.
I mean, the nice thing about Jaylene coming in behind that corner guard for Cotter, at some point, if you're Liscum, you have to be concerned that you've brought the 3 into play. Are you all in right now trying to generate your single?
I think based on the score being 2 down without hammer, I think you're all in. I don't know that it's steal or nothing here.
Stealing in the game, not in the club.
Well, hopefully not in the club.
That's good. That's good. Well, perfectly thrown shot, kind of half covering that, but covering more of the forefoot. So really good throw, like you said. Jim will lift the rock and look to peel this one right out.
They do have their power play left. If they could ever find a way to force in this end, getting a 3 in the next end isn't out of the question, given that they have the power play. But then they have to get 3 and steal. So an aggressive play in this end does make a lot of sense. Unless they used their power play before we were watching, I don't know.
Crazier things have happened. But I don't think so. It's been a very tight game, back and forth, back and forth. Always the Cotter have had a slight advantage, but because they scored in the first end 3, they've always been able to keep it ahead. But certainly Liscum have been putting the points up on the board themselves. So.
Well, they briefly talked about playing some type of a freeze, maybe setting up the force, but I think they shifted gears back to the guard.
Yep.
Maybe leave that freeze for the last one, or it'd be interesting to see at what point the Cotters maybe do a little gear shift and try to attack the rock in the house opposed to the guard.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Liscum, if you're going to try and entice that, you'd want to leave a high guard, where they decide, well, we can get around and get at that back one. But if the problem with them doing that is now you're bringing it up into the forefoot with a freeze by Liscum on the next shot. So I think they'll just keep peeling until Jaylene's last.
And I don't know how tight the guard would have to be given how much we know this sheet curls.
Oh, it looks like they did change their mind, because on that ice.
Yeah, it looks like the freeze. Yeah, they've shifted to try to force.
Yeah.
That's not wrong at all. That's probably equal strategy in this case.
And you know, if they get out a little bit, drawing around that too is not a problem. This looks to be heavy. Jim's out there.
As long as it can sit for second, I don't think it will.
Bit of a mistake there, because yeah, you did want to sit for second. Now, I mean, Jim can get those doubles. It's a thick hit, but certainly available.
Just nose and sit 3, I think, is the simplest way.
Yeah, you're right, because if you do roll over, you let them freeze down and negate it all. That's why you're Coach Jeff, and I'm Steve, Monday Night League Curler.
Commentator extraordinaire.
I'd be like, oh, I could make a cross-face double. This is great.
Have you lined up an agent to deal with all the calls you're going to get after this weekend, Steve?
More like a lawyer. No.
You're doing a good job, I got to tell you. I'm sure everyone at home's appreciating the action. So,
well, it's helped when you've got some amazing camera work, and Thomas and Jamie Oliver, the Oliver brothers we call them, on the cameras all weekend. They leave us tomorrow, so you'll be with me. However, they've just done great things. I mean, able to watch whatever sheet we want, whatever situation, and bring us great views and great camera work. So thank you to the two of them. Nothing but high praise from the people watching, and of course from us who get to witness that work. Oh, here we go. You're right. Straight hit. Looks like he's taking the weight down a little bit here. Jaylene's on the brush. Really good job. Really good throw by Jim, and boom.
Yeah, that side is significantly straighter, obviously. If it's curly off the wall, it's going to be really straight going towards it. So
that still moved a few feet on that.
Yeah.
But you're right, when you come off the wall, you're getting over 7 feet.
Yeah, so you're likely not going to get that much towards it. It's some type of a slant.
When you get those types of slants in golf, we usually look for the windmill. 'Cause that's from the mini putt course. Of course, we're appreciative of Jeff coming up. He's in the golf business. It's a busy time of year for him, but he does other work with being a high-performance coach. He's here working with the Schmeeman Ginter team, and of course that lets us borrow him when we can, when we see him and he can't get away, to give us some of his insight, which is very valuable, very technically sound, understands the game. It's great having that knowledge here and helping our fans at home understand what might happen and why. Really important shot. Looks like they're going to draw down and freeze on the face of this, which was always going to be the shot that they'd leave.
Yeah, need a good one here. It's going to be a pretty simple 4.
Well, the all-in shot's got a curl. It's trying to come. It looks like they like to wait. Here it does come. This looks like a perfect shot again.
Absolute beauty.
Catherine has ice in the veins. Another absolutely fantastic shot. Of course, that's why this team is in it, Liscombe. They've been curling well and throwing shots like that. So
Nose. That is such a good shot.
And on this ice.
Yeah.
That we've been watching with a big swing. Well, I guess maybe Kevin Cooey
Yeah.
would throw a heater with a quarter rock and it was squeezed sideways.
You have to move that about 4 feet out of the way to score those 2 on the side. So
yeah,
she's got to throw an absolute bomb. What a great freeze.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is just to draw down to a take you 1. You'd be up 3 going home.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Of course, the other thing is if you do, give up the steal of 1, you control hammer going into the next end. And Jeff, maybe I'll ask you as the coach, you probably looked at these situations with your team before. I mean, you can't give up more than 1 here. But the question is, would you be better to give up the 1 and keep hammer going home down 1 or up 1, or are you better to try and get the 3?
I think it depends on if they have the power play left as well. Like if you can give up a steal here, well, I think what matters is if she has a shot that can potentially end the game, if she makes it, and the only downside is she gives up a steal, then they do go into the last end with the hammer, and that's okay because they still have a 1-up lead with hammer. And they're taking away any chance the Liscombes have of using their power play. Where if they were down 3, they would definitely use the power play, and as we know, 3s are in play definitely in that power play scenario. So, and it does depend on the team. How some teams are better at offense than defense. So,
this looks like an absolute
got a
beauty.
chance
She's
of
got
picking
this
this.
thin, I think. And she did. What a great shot. Great sweep by Jim. Oh, my God. But Jaylene, what an amazing throw. Jaylene and Catherine have put on a clinic here since we've been watching it. These last throws are absolutely important, and both of them making them
that was
look
such
easy.
a good shot. She even hit that a little thick.
Yeah.
What a great shot.
Well, that does give them 2. That will put them up 9-5. As we've seen, though, 4s are not out of the question in this game. There's lots of offense, so certainly no handshakes here. Plus, important game. Liscombe and Liscombe may have an outside chance if they can win this to sneak into the playoffs, but certainly Cotter and Cotter are having other thoughts about it.
So they don't have their power play left. That's confirmed.
There we go. Well, although, we did hear one team earlier, Wilkes Lismore Easton, when they had the chance to do the power play, said, I don't know that we're better off with it. We'd play better without it.
There you go.
So it's not always something, I guess, that all teams might use to an advantage. But let's take a peek here and see where we are with the standings and see what the end result of this could mean. Well, we're waiting for the internet to work for us, so we'll wait a moment here and we'll get an update on those scores. And looks like we got a little cleat change here. Jaylene is removing one of her. We get this right in front of us. I mean, it's not often you get to see this.
That behind the scenes.
What are these shoe types here, anyways?
Gold line. Quantums.
Oh, looks like there's ice built up in there. She got the piece out, snapping one back in. This looks like a race car where you kind of pull into the pits and you do the quick change and off you go. Look at that. The tool is out, tool's back in. The piece of something that was stuck in is gone and right back into her. That was a great pit stop. And we put that at about a minute.
Under that.
Under that.
Well done. Well done, Dad.
Well, that one just coming up a little light and rubbing. Sorry, I was watching the pit stop. I kind of missed it. Well, we've got an interesting game going on over in Canmore. Tran Powell, who upset Martin Griffiths yesterday to put them into this predicament against Walker Muyres that they did handle and will move on. I've got Weigel and Epping. It's a 4-3 for Weigel and Epping. But certainly Tran Powell making it difficult for them. Weigel and Epping are guaranteed to go through. But again, a 5-0 versus 4-1 record probably gives them a bye in the first round, gets them in the top 8. If you lose, you risk being in that first round of championship. And not only money, advancement is really important. We've got Anderson Dropkin taking care of Sweeting and Kennedy, so that will move Anderson and Dropkin on. We'll have to take a peek to see what that means for Sweeting and Kennedy. And Kerry Hodgson in an important game with Courtney and Molding are up 4-3 playing 7, and they have the hammer. Well, let's take a little peek and see what all of this might mean in the standings. All right, looks like Jeff is faster than me, and he has found the standings. Of course, I need to put my glasses on at this point because I can't see a thing, which is a foot in front of my eyes.
Looks like
Anderson Dropkin will go 5-0. And yes, Courtney Molding will not be able to catch them, so they're playing for pride. But certainly Kerry Hodgson could actually move into third based on the LSDs in that pool. A great comeback after some early losses. If we look down, we'll settle Jones and Lang a bit later, but the Weigel Epping one, as we said, they will advance even with a loss. Martin Griffiths, we know by way of their win here, will beat Walker Muyres, so that's good for them. Really, the last two pools are what's going to get really, really interesting. So Desjardins, Just Diaz, Peterman Gallant, Gil Hewitt. Really, there's not much between them all there. Anything can happen in the final game. 4 teams still in it. We know Anderson Dropkin and Kennedy Sweeting will go on. Of course, Sweeting and Kennedy, a top team, have not punched their ticket yet to the Olympic qualifiers, hoping to use this event to do so. They'll need to be the top Canadian team when everything ends here. Well, that's how you clear a house and open it up.
But there's a draw to sit 4.
Yes. Well, we've been doing some math over here. We might have missed a few important shots. Maybe we should pay attention. It's my fault, Jeff. My apologies.
So one double will need to be made here at some point by the Cotters to end the game.
3, so 5 rocks, so that means 2 rocks have been thrown.
If they choose to eliminate, then that's what they'll need is a double at some point. I think Jim's got 1 left. And Jaylene obviously has her last.
What's Liscombe looking at here?
I think they're just going to try to put it in the house to make the doubles for the Cotters more difficult. I think if they came top 8, splitting the center line might be an okay spot.
But definitely coming in. They're not.
Yeah, I think they have to. I don't think they're going to guard at this point.
Just knowing they need a double, just seeing those 2 in the back, pretty well set up. Just
It
didn't know
looks relatively, it's hard to say, but.
Oh, they're throwing another one into the fold here.
Okay, yeah, change the angle up a little bit, and it looks like there's a pretty makeable double there.
And there's no chance you're drawn into that pocket, even though it would take it
so.
away. You just want to, you're hitting now.
I think so. I think you just end the game by eliminating run them out of rocks, essentially. They're wide open. We know how hard Jim can throw it, so.
Yep.
So yeah, you see Jim makes the double, so now all they're going to have to do is remove 1 of the blue stones, and it's game over. And the Liscombes have no choice but to come in the house with this, as they need their last 2 rocks to count. So it's going to be an open hit for Jaylene in the end for the win. Make it go away.
Yeah, they need 4. I was about to correct you there, but thankfully I didn't, even though I just said that, so in some ways I almost did. I just got confused myself. So really they're trying to make it hard to hit something by not leaving a wall of any sort. So, and bringing it deep is good. It's usually harder to hit something in the back, but this has got a stick, and it will. In many ways a great shot, because the more these things are on the outside, the harder it is, and a point's a point.
Whichever one she feels most comfortable hitting, all she has to do is make it go away, make contact.
You'd think that center one, yeah. Is just,
I think so, yeah. Or the top one, it's wide open as well. Whichever she feels most comfortable with. It's
you just don't want an in-betweener. You don't want to just clip the top one and then, yeah.
So barring a flash, this will be the last rock of the game.
And if it does, then we will see Catherine with the chance to win it. So here you are up 4, and you have to throw your final rock. It just shows you mixed doubles, a fun game.
Yeah, it's different.
Unless you're the one throwing it.
Yeah. Throwing shots for the win is fun too, I imagine.
Yeah. And Jaylene in her junior career has thrown a lot of important shots. This won't be new to her. And of course, Dad Jim will be on the sweep, helping it out. Really good release. This looks very good. Just has to curl off the top one, or they've got to play the top one.
Hanging a little bit.
Now they're playing the top one, trying to hold it.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Will it get out? Will it get out? It will not.
Draw for the extra.
Just clipping that one. Well, that's the one thing that could happen. Just stayed out there. Well, Catherine still has to get it in the paint. And that shot by Chris that stopped an inch short.
Just. And some players in that situation that Jaylene was in would throw peel at that rock just to make sure that even if they do clip a little bit of it, the amount of weight they have makes sure it goes away.
Yeah.
She must have been more comfortable with the weight she chose. I'm not saying that she made any type of mistake by choosing that, but you may have seen other players throw it harder just in case what happened. Looks like we got some free curling coming up here.
Yeah, we were going to go to lunch, but we are not right now. Of course, both these teams are at 1 and 3, so this is really a match to try and decide who will be ahead of who. All right, we are going into an extra end here, and as our rules state, you take all the rocks down to the other end and throw them to the home. Part of that's for viewership and for the spectators, but it's also to be ready to play the next game. We're not dragging all the rocks back down. So, of course, this does mean sometimes you got to move rocks around because players have chosen the rocks that they like to play with, which ones they prefer.
This will be easier for us, Steve.
Will it be?
Well, we get to see better.
That's true. That's true. Good call. But like I say, it's not for us. It's actually because we want the rocks down here for the for ease of the next thing. I just want to be clear there with our viewers. They they understand what we're doing. So, well, you know what? Not upset here. We get to watch more curling. Obviously, I'm sure Cotter and Cotter wish it would have finished there, but we'll get one more in. We'll get to see the Cotters and the Liscombs play, and why not? That's what we're here for all day today, Jeff. So why wouldn't we want to see more curling?
See what an extra end plays out like.
Now let me ask you this question, Jeff, and I'm sure you've had it before. So how does it work with the power play if you get extra ends? Do you get one back, or if you haven't used it, would you be able to use it now if you didn't, or how does the power play work?
I'm not sure.
Well, our technical specialist here, Jeff, thank you very much for clarifying that. Appreciate it.
No problem. No, I don't know. I don't know what the rule is on that. That hasn't happened in any of the games I've been a part of, and I haven't looked it up.
Unfortunately, no one has asked us, so we will just keep it going.
I imagine if they... Well, we know the Cotters have used their power play already, so... Even if they had it. Even if they wanted to, they've already used it.
This could be the first time that we go off the board. If one of them can score 4. And now, right now, Catherine's trying to draw around. To freeze down on the yellow. Probably wants to go top 4 in this case because they need to steal.
You might, yeah. In this particular situation, you might just try to make this good.
And she's been throwing it great, so as has Jaylene. That last one, unfortunately, it kind of been between for her, but all game up till then, she's had a great game, so certainly not going to define by one shot. And here, Catherine again, just putting this perfectly down, just like we saw in the 7th end. How big was that shot now that Jaylene threw in the 7th end when she hit an amazing pick? I'll call it a Kevin Cooey pick in order to score a deuce.
Terrific shot. Absolutely terrific.
All right, we've got Jim on the brush here. Jaylene trying to follow this one down.
This is a big shot. If she can put this on the button frozen to that, it's going to bode well for them going forward in this end. If she can't, it's going to leave it open for the Liscombs to be able to do so.
Well, they're both on it. Jim jumped out a little early, held it out. They're trying to bring it in now.
Pretty good.
Got to go as hard as they can. As hard as this going sideways.
Excellent shot.
What a perfect shot. Perfect judge. Great sweep. They're not shot, but they're in the better position. I guess you're drawing down on top of that again.
Yeah, if you're throwing the blue stones, definitely. I think you just try to plug it up as much as you can now.
What was the record? What did? Oh, great shot there.
Another good shot. Terrific.
Well, as we said, never upsetting to watch another end of play because we were being treated to some amazing curling by some of Canada's top curling people. Jeff, when does your team play next?
4:30.
4:30.
Yeah, I believe they are playing for Pride, but
Where are they playing at?
here in Banff.
Oh, so you don't have anywhere to go.
No.
I was getting a little worried. Maybe I was keeping you from something. Yeah, let's just take a little check here and see. Sheeman Ginter, they're 2-2. If they win and go to 3-2, they would be in a.
They've lost to both Niggevin and Carruthers and Holman Morris, though.
That's okay. They beat Quick and Armstrong. So depending on
And
Quick and Armstrong win against Holman Morris,
the
they're
three-way
made-
tie, Niggevin Carruthers still has beat both Quick and Armstrong and Schmiemann Ginter.
So
I believe
Schmiemann
they would
Ginter-
move on, right?
so yes, so they're playing for Pride.
They are playing for learning.
But it's still, if you're 3-2 and tied for second and lose out on LSD, at least you can say you lost out on LSD.
That's not a bad thing. No, they're playing really well.
That's good.
So
Well, there we go. The rock that can hurt them the most is the guard out front, so they open that up. Even though yellow's sitting shot, it's still, that rock can hurt them. So smart roll there to take that out. So do you think they'll be trying to replace that Liscombe? We weren't just looking at baseball scores, I promise.
it's a big weekend in Blue Jays baseball.
Even bigger weekend here, though, for some mixed doubles curling, as we've got an extra end between Liscombe, Cotter. We got there, an amazing shot by Jaylene Cotter in the 7th as take 2, and then an amazing shot by the Liscombes to score their 4 and take us to this extra end. So we're being treated continually. Another great shot there by Chris. What are you doing here, Jeff?
Blasting, I believe. I think he's going to try to spring everything up. If he can hit that top one just right, he can spring most of that away. He might even be able to clip that blue, that shot stone.
Safe to say that came a little deeper than maybe Liscombes wanted?
I believe so, yeah. I think they were trying to have that be a guard. We can't hear them, so we don't know, but I would assume that was the case.
Yep. All right. Jim Cotter is going to lift blast here, I think.
Yeah, this one gonna have smoke behind it.
Yeah. Still want to roll your yellow away,
Looks
right?
pretty good.
Oh, great shot. They're sitting shot on top of the blue. They have a usable yellow in front, really setting up well here for the Cotters.
The angle he left on his own there is pretty good. I think the Liscombes have to address that now, but they did leave that yellow at the top, which was always going to happen. So Liscombes are going to try to take advantage of that, use it as a guard potentially. But good shot, Jim.
I don't know. I didn't look back when you said that. Jim, good shot. Yeah, great shot there. Well, looks like Weagle and Epping came back. They won their game, so they'll go 5-0. That should get them through right to the second round. So that'll give them a night off tonight.
Night off, yeah.
Holman and Morris looking to do the same in the next game. If they can win, they'll get a night off. They're trying to carve this over, are they? To bump and stay on top of it. And
Gotta move.
looks like it's going to just... Wow, great shot, actually, because it does stay on top.
A guard might not be a bad idea now.
If you put a guard, is there any way they can get to that? I guess not, because slashing the yellow over would be, yeah, I think you're right. Jim picked that out really quick, and I always say, make them make the hard shot. Don't make it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in the league I play in, we do that a lot, but not intentionally. All right, so do we confirm with Jim? Yeah, Jim's going to guard here. Still 2 shots left here, but Liscombe's only have 1. They will have that 2 to run in, though, the Cotters, if they need it. And they'll have this open draw. So the best Liscombe's would do is have top 4 anyway, so Jaylene would have the button accessed. But let's see what they do with this draw. Really important shot here. They have to take away that chance of getting to the blue nose.
If he can take this away, I think all they'll have is that slash and maybe leave themselves shot rock at the back of the 8, because they'll have to spring away the contact rock. So this is, yeah, that's about all they'll have, unless she can draw a cold pin with the intern.
Oh no, she'll draw this. She'll just hit this straight back, won't she? Any contact on the blue, and they're going to sit. They're going to sit shot.
Spring, yeah.
We're in the fall. I think we're fine. I'm sorry, Jeff. You know, I'm just trying hard here.
That was well played. Yeah,
they'll have that short run back themselves, of course, right? The Cotters on the outside one.
Yeah.
Probably would have wanted that a bit higher.
A bit higher would have been ideal, yeah. But then you may have left a out-turn tap. So, like you said, they still have to make this.
Now, just looking at Canmore there, it was 5-3 going into the 8th. Hodgson and Carey over Courtney Moulding, and they pulled a 3 out. Well, they're on this hard. It can't over curl. Chris is trying to hold that. He's doing a great job of it.
It's got a chance.
I think
Good
he's
sweep.
Holding it. He held that the whole way down.
Good sweep.
Really great shot. So sitting 2.
Run back for the win.
Yeah, and got to be careful, right? Have to stick around on that. Well, that was always going to be the...
I wonder who's second.
I would think, if we look at our camera angles here...
Jim's having a look.
See if we can try to determine who's second.
He's not sure.
I'm going to see if we can try to determine who's second by looking at a close-up of the house. And you know what? As we ask for that, the cameraman delivers. What do you think there? That's a different perspective, to be honest.
From
that view,
yellow, but I don't know.
You know, it's you got to look at the outside. You got to look at the inside. It does look like yellow, to be honest.
Jim had eyeballs on top, and he wasn't sure, I don't think, just based on his body language. But
you know what? Let's watch Jaylene. She needs, what, half a rock to 2/3?
Yeah, 2/3 does it.
You know, she can also afford to roll, though. I wonder what weight they'll play.
Doesn't have to whip it, but whatever. This is the curly side of the sheet, so...
Well, here it is, the opportunity. Jaylene's made a lot of great shots that we've watched this game. I anticipate this being close. Jim will be on the sweep. We just saw Chris. Oh, it's just a speaker thing. It's all good. Must be the way you've been kicking the table there. Is that what it is? All right, here we go. Looking for 2/3 of a rock, maybe half a rock. Jaylene Cotter. Rock's on the way. Jim's on the sweep. Great release. On it early, though. Holding it out. On and off again. On again. Starting to curl. Got to hold it there. Can he hold it there enough? Oh, and it moves the back one enough for her. Oh. And we've got a round of applause and everyone cheering for Jaylene to make it. Our Coach Cotter.
What a good shot.
Coach Cotter. Great shot. You know, a greatly curled game. Liscombe's have nothing to be shameful for. They played amazing, and great throw by Jaylene. Well, Cotters will win 10-9 on the strength of that shot. They'll finish at 2-3, 1-4 for Liscombe, but it just shows you the quality of curlers to finish 1-4 playing like that.
No kidding.
Had to be on your A+ game here. Well, listen, everybody, we're going to, after another extra inning game, we're going to go off air for a few minutes here, reset the stream, and we'll be back to show you the next game, which is Jones Lang against Sahaidak Lot, an extremely crucial game. Sahaidak Lot were 0-2 to start. They've clawed their way back, and they can win and potentially control their own destiny of making the playoffs still. So an exciting game to come. Thank you, Jeff. Great to see you here. Good luck with Schmeem and Ginter in that game and
Thanks,
that
Steve.
development. And if you're around tomorrow, we would love to have you back. And we'll go from there.
Sounds good. We'll see you soon, sir.
Anybody you want to say hi to back home for the 4 viewers listening? I'm just kidding. For the viewers listening.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody. All right. Bye, everybody.